Status and Fence Podcast, episode 285 for Wednesday, August 22nd, 2018. This is Brian.
This is Lisa. You're always making fun of me. No, it's catchy music. I'm like dancing. Besides, we leave tomorrow.
We leave tomorrow?
Yes, because today's Monday. We're recording on Monday. Because by the time that this airs, we'll be like halfway. Only halfway. All right, so you got a joke?
I have a good joke.
According to whom?
How does Winnie the Pooh eat honey?
With a spoon.
With his bare hands.
Oh, God.
Well, technically they're paws, but see, that's a kid-friendly joke. Your kids can tell it. That's great, isn't it? It's cute. It's cute, admit it. Anyway.
It's adorable.
Listen, sweetheart.
Oh! Sweetheart usually means dumbass. All right, go ahead. I'm done. I'm out.
We've got a couple things to talk about this week. You're out, yeah, right. Right. New Retro 51 popper.
I want one.
Well, you're probably going to get one. You know the right people.
I do.
Engine 37.
These are cool.
So that's coming out soon. And
it's a tribute to firefighters. It looks adorable. They do I say this every time, but they are so creative, so talented. They do such a great job. Whether it's on our exclusives, just their regular lineup, or the special poppers. If you are a firefighter, have one in your family, you want this.
Yep, it's cool. It's a cool looking pen. And I don't know that we've always taken all of the poppers.
We have not.
We have not, but maybe we ought to start doing that. But
yes.
Anyway, that's coming out soon. Make sure to go to the website and sign up for back in stock notification when they come in. We're probably not getting. We almost never get all that we order because they're limited editions, so they spread them out so that all the dealers can get them, and we never usually get our full allocation. So. And
they go fast.
They go fast. So. Retro 51 popper, that's going to be cool. Next up, Taccia Pinnacle. These are really, really kind of nice.
This is a killer color. Say that 5 times fast. Killer color.
Killer color, killer color, killer color, killer color, killer color, killer color, killer.
Good luck.
It sounded like I was speaking Hawaiian.
Yeah. What's up, Rodney?
New lower price on these. $99.
You know, I didn't think the old price was bad.
No.
But this is a nice weight. I thought that these would be too heavy for me, and they're not.
Aluminum barrel. But what's cool about this, the best part about this,
I love the barrel,
is everything here forward. Actually, this whole piece right here comes from a very famous Japanese manufacturer. That's all I can say about it. It does. Very famous Japanese manufacturer.
I love the barrel. I love the texture. I really like the weight. I like that it posts. It's got to post for me.
Two-tone steel nib, extra fine, medium, broad music. And being Japanese, they run fine, of course. It's got a little spring clip that goes over the top. That's kind of nice.
Is this a permanent reduction or a temporary reduction?
Well, it's a reduction for...
As far as we know, it's a temporary reduction.
As far as we know, it's temporary reduction, yeah. So it's a really good value. The nibs are going to write very similar to Sailor, which is also another famous Japanese manufacturer.
Okay.
But anyway, Taccia Pinnacle, and that's just the Pinnacle, the metal one, not the Spectrum, which is the plastic one. But these come in this really cool blue. It's kind of a matte blue, a matte black, and then, sorry, I shake it.
You're excited, passionate.
It's the coffee, I think. And this matte gray, which is kind of a cool.
That's a nice color.
The spiral barrel. Yeah, it's a nice looking pen. It's different. So.
All right. What else?
TWSBI Go.
They went.
I didn't know it was going to be a command, but they came in and they went and they were gone. They were gone by mid-afternoon on the day they launched. There will be more coming.
But not until September. September?
Until TWSBI gets more in stock.
Right.
So we can't order any more until they get more in. So more coming. You can go ahead and put your select your nib option and put your back in stock in for those. Really a fantastic value for $19. It's really a really cool little pen.
Yep. It was fun.
Yeah, they're fun. Well, you can't do that while it's inked, but Anyway, more coming. The Sapphire, which I think was the
more popular.
The more popular, but we got just as many of the smoke, and
they went just as quickly.
Those went just as quick. So, anyway, those are coming up.
This is exciting.
Now, this is last year's. Sorry. Hobonichi Techno. So Hobonichi time.
September 1st.
September 1st. I don't know what colors we're getting, but this is one of the leather ones. But
we dipped our toes into them last year, and they make so many different covers that are so adorable. So I believe we are still trying to figure out which ones. But
and they change every year. Like last year, there was a hedgehog.
I know, Steph
which
loved
Steph
that.
loved.
So we will be getting quite a few, but they're great. Do you use yours?
I started to use mine. I have mine on the kitchen table.
Buried under.
It is buried. Yeah, I like the idea. It has Tomoe River paper, which everybody loves. It has 2 bookmarks in there. It's got a little thing in the back to put receipts, but it's got graph, it's got monthly view, weekly view.
Yeah, this is great.
What has he got in here? He's got nothing in here. There's nothing in here. Anyway, to be reminded, make sure you sign up on our mailing list, and we'll let you know when those are coming. They'll be on or around pre-order starting on September 1st.
Yep.
You can go to andersonpens.com. You can sign up at the bottom of any page. So
cool.
For the mailing list.
All right.
And then we'll let you know. So, but anyway, that's gonna be exciting. I may try it again this year. I may try the other size. We got this size, and then there was the other size, which was kind of a, what was that? A B6, B7, something.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Anyway, the weeks is what it was. The weeks.
Yes. Well, play around with it.
Anyway, that's kind of it for new stuff.
Well, we've got more stuff coming, but our focus this week is getting to San Fran, being in San Fran, and coming home. So.
Yes.
I hear we have Ask Us Anything.
Ask Us Anything.
Oh, dear God. All right, you ready?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Hit me.
What is your favorite Esterbrook and nib? Ooh.
I
know this.
What is yours?
I like the SJ.
Okay.
Or the LJ, the thinner one. And I like the 9461 nib.
You like the manifold?
Yes.
As manifold as it gets?
Yes.
Okay.
I like a stiff nib because I don't do flex.
Okay.
Or I like the 9556.
Okay.
I like a fine nib.
I would have guessed you would have said 9556.
There you go. How about you?
Me, I'm probably going to go with, I do like the Model B, the early dollar pen, the fattest one with the 2-hole clip. Bonus points if it's a $1.50 model with the marbled plastic. Probably my favorite nib is the 2284 stub, signature stub.
That's huge.
It is, but I actually like it better than the 9284. I think that's the one exception to the case where the 9000 series nibs are better than the 2000 series nibs. I've never found a great 9284.
Okay.
The 2284s are fantastic. They're really, really great. So nice thin horizontal, nice thick downstroke.
All right.
Of course, those two don't necessarily, that nib doesn't necessarily go in with that pen. I'm done.
Let me know when you're done. All right.
I'm done.
Oh my God. How many pen shows have the two of you attended as vendors? And the San Francisco Pen Show this weekend will be what number show for you?
I can't.
We're at over 100.
We're over 100. I want to say San Francisco is going to be like 105,
Dear God.
106.
Wow. Together.
Yeah. And then probably, maybe?
Something
I thought
like
Miami
that.
was like 100 for me, but I don't remember.
Ooh, does that count?
What counts for me?
If I didn't go?
Doesn't count for you.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm catching up. That's the one I'm going to catch up on you because I've I did probably 10 or 11, 12 before we started going as vendors. So
I did more than
we're probably around 106, maybe. I don't know if that's total or if that's as
You're going to have to go back and look.
I actually have a spreadsheet for that, believe it or not. I do keep track of
do.
what year and what, yeah, I do.
Oh, I hate this question. What is the one pen you would live with for the rest of your life? I refuse to answer that because it changes. And so keep in mind, what is the one pen I'm going to bury with you?
Well, that's a different question.
Yeah.
That's a completely different question. You know, I'm gonna say something that you're probably not gonna expect. It's not gonna be what you think. One pen, if I had to pick one pen, it would probably be my 90th anniversary 149.
Really?
Yes. I love that pen.
So I can sell everything else?
No, you can, but
I bought you a really, really,
well, yes,
really,
yes.
really nice special pen.
You did,
and
yes.
That's not the one you'd live with for the rest of your life?
Well, I could.
How about if that's the one I live with for the rest of your life?
I mean, it's impossible to pick, but if I was on,
We have, 2.5 days in the car to talk about this.
listen, work with me. You gave me the other one too for our anniversary.
Okay. All right.
Everything about it, yes, it's a tough,
So
it's a tough choice.
Your anniversary 149.
Yes, I think so.
Why?
Everything about it is just, every time I use it, it just makes me happy. It's a piston filler. It's a large pen. It posts.
More than
it fits
your
in my pocket.
Rod and vanishing points?
Well, I like those too. But
More than your Oscarson?
my Oscarson's really kind of a desk pen.
Okay.
It's too long to really fit in any shirt pocket.
Okay.
Now, if I'm wearing a sport coat, I can fit it inside the sport coat, and that's great. I mean, the pen is fantastic, but the 149 fits in every pocket. And it's got a beautiful rose gold nib. It says 90th on it. It's a perfect line width. It's a
Okay.
piston filler. It's
All right.
the whole package is fantastic.
I refuse to even think about
You're
it.
not even going to narrow it down?
I love my sailors.
That's
I
narrowing it down.
love my vanishing point and I love my decimos.
Vanishing point singular. You've got like
Points. I love
70
my
of them.
Twilight. I love my Twilight.
You don't ever use it. Or is that in that big mess? You've got a drawer. She has a drawer that we opened up the other day, and there's just like vanishing
What are you
points
doing in my drawers?
just tossed about. They're not even neatly placed. They're bumping against
We were
each
going to
other.
do pictures. I love my decimos. Yeah, I refuse. I love all my retros. I refuse to answer.
Okay. Well,
There you go.
You sort of answered.
How is the shop in Chicago doing? And will you ever do a podcast from that location? The shop in Chicago is doing really well.
It is.
We have a great team. They have an interesting mix of clientele. You've got a lot of regulars, and then you have a lot of tourists or people who happen to be in Chicago
Hotel
traveling
guests.
and hotel guests. So it's an interesting mix for the staff, and but it's doing well. If you're in the area, stop in and
Say hi.
to the gang. And will we ever do a podcast? Probably
not. I mean, it would. We now, back in the day, podcasts used to be like we could do it with a laptop, and now it's a little more kind of an
Complicated.
elaborate setup here. But
Maybe the problem is like we sometimes want to do. Was it like a Facebook Live or something? An Instagram story or whatever.
Yeah.
But when we're down there for an event, there's really no time. And
Usually busier than we.
and if customers are
anticipate.
there, not everybody wants to be on air.
Yeah.
And it's really not as much fun if you do it before the
We could
stores
do
open.
it. Yeah. We could do it after.
We could.
We'd have to bring down some. It's pretty bright in there, so maybe we
It
don't
is.
need all these lights.
We'll look into that.
We'll
Maybe.
look into it. Maybe.
Maybe. It's a good idea.
Next question.
What is the latest Pilot custom pen?
Super easy.
Go.
Custom 823 Smoke. That's awesome. That's coming in. I don't. don't know why I don't have mine with me. Smoke with gold trim. It's going to be awesome. It's coming out right around September 1st-ish. And also, Custom 74 is now coming out in extra fine nibs. So
That's cool.
if the fine wasn't fine enough for you and you really, really, really want extra fine, now you can get a 74 in blue, violet, orange, smoke, or clear with an extra fine nib.
That's awesome.
So,
That's a
yeah.
great addition to the line.
Yeah.
All right, next question. People talk about having a nib ground, but can you also have tipping added to a nib?
Yeah, sure.
You can.
Sure you can.
You can. There are only a few people who do it, and there is a long wait.
You really have to have a reason to do it. In most cases, especially when you're talking about modern pens, it's cheaper just to buy a new pen. I mean, it's literally, I had it done on a vintage Conway Stewart made Esterbrook Relief, and it was over $100.
And this was how many years ago?
10 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of money.
You can have it done, and not only is it expensive, but this is not a quick fix.
Yeah,
this takes a long time.
It was at least 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it can be done, but usually you reserve it for some kind of very special vintage nib. So.
All right. Which pen show requires you to travel the farthest, and which is the closest? The farthest is actually San Francisco by just a tiny bit. I think it's about 100 miles longer
than LA.
And then after those two, I think the next longest is Dallas, which is
Dallas doesn't seem like it's that long because it's maybe just
downhill.
It's downhill.
And which is the closest? The Chicago show is the closest. And then it turns out the second closest is St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah.
It's actually closer than Detroit or Columbus.
Yep.
So
San Fran, woo.
We do get to see some amazing country.
I like the San Fran drive better than LA. Only because, well, LA's in February, so you got to drive through the mountains and.
That's true. That's true. This shouldn't be so bad. Does Brian take joke suggestions? Please, God, yes. Please. Make them good. If yes, where?
Jokes@andersonpens.com. So actually, I said that last week, and I forgot to set up the account, but it's set up now. So.
All right.
Jokes@andersonpens.com.
Please send them funny. Send funny ones.
I get some good ones.
All right. Next question. What got you interested in pens and want to start Anderson Pens?
Do you really want to know? You don't really want to know.
For you?
No,
What got you interested in pens?
What got me interested in pens? I used to collect antiques. I still do. But
Okay.
I like the idea of vintage items that were usable. So instead of like a painting on the wall that you can just look at, I like things that you could use that were old. So I was into lighters for a while, and
Okay.
I got interested in pens. Yeah.
What made us want to start Anderson Pens?
Somebody made me.
If you're going to keep buying stuff, we need to sell some of the duplicates or whatever.
That's the short story. See me at a show, I'll tell you the real answer.
All right. What ink do you use most often in your pens? So is this a color, a brand, whatever? I'll go first. I'll make a confession.
You don't use ink?
I use ink. I use cartridges. You know, there are so many colors I can't decide. And so often we're traveling or on the way to or on the way back getting ready for a show. And it's just easier for cartridges. And all my good pens are on his desk.
They're not.
Testers.
They're testers. There's only 2.
Of my pens on your desk?
Yes.
Which ones?
This is a Platinum 3776.
I like that one.
You didn't even know it was on my desk until last week.
They should be.
And the Red Decimo.
Oh, I like that.
Both. You have like 3 other decimals with the same nib.
I'm using my ice blue vanishing point that you bought me.
Who loves you? Yes.
Yes, I know. Honestly, I use cartridges a lot simply because they're convenient when we travel.
Yeah. Yeah, I've kind of come full circle too. I used to, that's what I started with, and then I got into the bottled ink, and I don't really use a lot of bottled ink. I use primarily Sailor branded.
Or Mont Blanc.
Or Mont Blanc. I really, really like Aurora Black. It's probably my favorite black. The problem is I have so many bottles of either Sailor Black or Mont Blanc Black that I refuse to buy another bottle of Aurora until those are gone. So
I could hook you up with a sample.
you could. I don't need a sample. I've got a bottle. But now, like you say, it's just easier during a show because a lot of my pens are Japanese. I just carry a little baggie now of Platinum, Pilot, and Sailor cartridges, and then I just pop it in because it just that way when we travel through the mountains or
we don't have to worry about
I don't have to worry about
mass.
the pen exploding, and I know I've always got something.
Well, and now with the Chicago
capacity.
store, it's not just pen shows now. It's trips to and from Chicago as well. So,
but and you get better capacity, especially on a vanishing point. You can't if you have the converter, especially if you have Con 50, you can't see how much ink is in that stinking thing. So I use cartridges. You can use them for
the Con 50 you can see.
The Con 50 is like you can see
Well,
that
that's
much.
true.
The Con
That's
40
true.
you can see maybe that much. Maybe you can see, but that's it. So
All right.
anyway.
Other news.
San Francisco Pen Show, August 24th through 26th, sfpenshow.com.
Cool.
Always a good show, and I'm looking forward to it this year. I'm looking forward to no construction at the hotel.
Somebody
Easy and easy.
emailed us and said that they didn't see that we were on the website. So
I took care of that.
Okay.
took care of
We are going. We are in our usual spot against the window. I love it because we can see out. So many times we're at a pen show and we get in and we never leave the building. And so I love that we can at least see the gorgeous weather. So we will be there. We leave Tuesday. We get there Thursday night. The show is Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep. Drive back.
Really well organized. They've got a lot of different seminars for the attendees. For the vendors, it's well organized. I love that they do cookies and coffee
Yep.
late afternoon. The first night they've got a kind of a get-together. They just really have done an excellent job of organizing it.
The venue's got a lot of space too. That's what I like. So it's not the tables aren't crammed together, and sometimes,
Yes.
especially on the busy day, if you've got more than two people in a row, it's hard to get on each side of the tables. It's hard to get through. So it's got a lot of space. You can move around pretty easily, especially when it's busy. So
And we're going to have help.
we're gonna have
We're
help.
going to see Jason and Steph.
Jason and Steph will be behind the table at times, so that'll be
fun.
good. And there you go. So we're gonna have some special stuff at the show that is not on the website.
We are. What was our last show? In DC, I brought my Schaefer script sort collection. I'm letting go of those, so I'm
which
bringing
we will have.
the rest of those. So if you're interested, try to beat Anna Reinert to the table. She's been in a script sort collecting phase, so come on by. I do have those. We will have those with us. And we're about to move into a new office space, and so I've been doing a little bit of decluttering both at the store and at home. And I have decided to let go of some special inks that are
Some
from
of this I can't believe, but
our personal collection. So, for example, I've got
this is a very small selection.
yes. It's going to be a big box of assorted stuff. Schaefer, the old bottles. These are the emerald green and the burgundy, for example.
Burgundy. Oh, it is burgundy.
Yeah, these are the old bottles
With the well.
With the well.
Yeah.
And these are pretty colors. We will have swabs of these at the table. But so these, I've got a couple different
I'm
Waterman.
kind of sad that you're getting rid of those. Those have such a special place in my.
These are the French bottles. These are cool. Look at that.
So why are you getting rid of those?
Because
What
I
if
don't use
buy
them.
What if I buy them?
Well, awesome.
I'm gonna slip
No, you're
Jason
not.
some money, and I'm gonna have him
Yeah.
go and buy them, and then they'll end
Some
up.
other things that are from our personal collection. We do have some, we're big into Sailor. And so we do have some Sailor,
Some Bungo Box.
Bungo Box.
This is cool. What is that? The Metro?
Yeah,
Okay.
along with other things that we've picked up along the way. No, I am not selling any of my Parker Penman Sapphire. I'm debating whether or not we should bring a couple of those cool empty bottles. Probably we'll leave those home.
Probably leave those home, yeah.
But
But there are going to be a lot of interesting, and it's kind of first come first serve. So
yes, show up Friday.
and we're not putting it on the website because it's too labor intensive to put up one bottle.
There's a Schaefer washable peacock, and I've got some other. I think I've got a couple platinums and
a lot of good Japanese stuff. So just come to the table, check it out, and we'll then whatever's left we'll have in the store in Appleton. So.
And maybe at the next show. We'll see.
Maybe we'll kind of bring it around till it's gone.
Yeah.
So.
But it's just time. I have this display case on my wall, and it's just too full, and it's time for some of this to go to a new home.
Okay.
So
awesome.
there you go. Not yours.
Whatever.
Whatever.
All right. So I think that's it. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're in the San Francisco area, go to the show. It's a great show.
We get to see a couple people we only see once or twice a year.
West Coast, yeah.
We see Arthur. We see Babette.
Yep.
Cheryl will be there.
Yeah.
So,
It'll be good.
it's a good show. Like I said, really well organized. They've worked really hard to make it attendee friendly. In fact, they've expanded now. It's the big ballroom, a couple people out in the hallway, and then a second smaller room. So I like that they've grown it.
Last year, didn't they also have like little tours for people who first attended a show? They had little tours that you could go through and tell you about who's where and how to navigate a pen show. So that's cool.
That was really helpful. That was a good idea.
So we're going to get to the show. Excuse me. Get to the show 24th through 26th, sfpenshow.com, and come by and say hi. So I think that's it for this week. We're going to get going. Thanks so much for joining us. Tune in next week for maybe next week.
We'll see.
We'll see if we get back. For more talk about pens, ink, and paper.
Follow the blog for news, ink reviews, all sorts of other videos and fun stuff. And follow us on social media as Anderson Pens. And
don't forget we have a store in Chicago. If you are in or planning to visit Chicago area, stop by on the ground floor of the Palmer House Hilton in the Loop, open 7 days a week, and it's chicago.andersonpens.com.
Cool.
So, see you next time.
Bye.